afternoon. Just so you know, hi, thank you. Just so you know, for today's performance, the role of Patricia will be played by Ashley Taro. And if we could give a big round of applause to the McMillans for helping co-sponsor today's performance.
Good day, and tidings of the season to one and all. Welcome to Tagliaferro's Theatre. I am the ghost of Charles Dickens. You didn't seem very practical. Let me gather my wits and try again. I am the ghost of Charles Dickens. That's the title. I am both chirpy and soft. Welcome you to today's performance of A Christmas Carol by me. The management has asked me to impart some important information before we commence the program. Please silence your devices, rugrats, chickens, and anything else that may discombobulate the actors or frighten the horses. Photography, videography, and wild tomfoolery are strictly forbidden. In the very unlikely event of an emergency, there are emergency exits to your right and left, and through the door when you enter. There will be one 15-minute intermission, during which you are welcome to retire to the lobby to wet your whistle, use the frigate, or exit to the outdoors for a last break. Speaking of masks, we are grateful for your understanding that everyone in the premises must correctly wear a protective mask, covering the mouth and nose for the entire duration of your visit, with the exception of taking a brief step of your faith profession. Thank you for your cooperation. Coming in January to the Carol Players Theatre, Murder on the Nile by Agatha Christie. Coming in February to our Black Box Theatre, The Mountaintop by Victoria Hall. You may find additional information about these productions and much more on something called a website at carolwoodplayers.org. Did you know all ticket buyers for this production receive something called an email with a link to our virtual playbill and the opportunity to cast a vote for your favorite performer? Please check your email and act accordingly. I'll tell you a secret. My favorite is miserly Ebenezer Scrooge. He may be quite famous, you know. And now, a moment of reflection about the arts. William Shakespeare once wrote, "A plague on both your houses." Little did we know life would imitate art in 2020. This house, the Carol Players Theatre, has struggled to maintain operations in the face of this modern trend, and we need your help to keep live theatre surviving until things get better. From now until December 31st, any donation you make to Carol Players will be matched by a small group of our most ardent supporters, up to $10,000. If you give $25, it will become $50. If you give $100, it will become $200, and so on. Please don't be like Scrooge. Give generously if you can. Our survival is on the line. There is something called a link in your virtual playbill, and we also gladly accept donations by cash, check, or card right here during the show in our lobby. Just see the jolly fellow running things up. Thank you all from the bottom of our hearts. And finally, I'm delighted to tell you that this performance is presented with the support of the Arts Council of Hillsborough County and the Hillsborough County Board of County Commissioners. Without further ado, please sit back now, relax, and enjoy a play I think is quite good. A Christmas.
Chestnuts for roasting.
Ducks and geese for your Christmas feast.
And wine for toasting.
How about a nice holly wreath for your door, or mistletoe to kiss a bow?
Mince pies, tasty scones.
Even got those fancy exotic plants folks been liking of late.
And for the larger family, a turkey the size of a small boy.
At this festive time of year, we humbly ask for an offering from local merchants on behalf of our impoverished brethren.
Sorry, mate, I think you've got the wrong local merchant.
Some provision should be made for the poor and destitute who are suffering most greatly.
And if I made those provisions, I would suffer too. Ugh, I suffer already.
The slightest donation could buy some food and drink.
There. But tell them to buy that food and drink here, yeah?
It is only appropriate to display the charities of a few coins for some means of warmth. That's quite what you love. I'm indeed myself to Scrooge. Scrooge and Molly. That business is our next stop. It's just Scrooge now.
Molly's dead, see?
As a dormant.
As a proper nail, I'd say.
Doesn't matter what kind of nail, any nail will do.
Any nail will do to scratch his name off the sign. It's still up there.
And he died 7 years ago. This very night.
No, we have no doubt that regardless of nail or sign, his benevolence will be well represented in his surviving heart. Oh, certainly, love. No doubt indeed. Summary, sir, this is a season where want is great, and yet in the midst of it, generosity abounds.
I must say, your proposition was well rehearsed.
So, what shall I put you down for?
That will not be necessary.
You wish to be left anonymous.
No, I wish to be left alone.
Many persons are left alone, Mr. Scrooge, alone and neglected, without the most common of necessities. Many more.
That is not my business. This is. You keep me from it. One should always concern oneself with one's own business, and not with that of others.
Not even at Christmas, though?
Especially at Christmas. I do not ever make myself merry at Christmas, and I cannot afford to make idle people merry. The taxes I am required to pay help those in need by supporting the cost of the prison and workhouse. Whoever's in so bad a situation can find solace at those establishments.
Most would rather die than do that.
But if they had rather die, they had better do it and decrease the surplus population. Good afternoon. I thought they'd never. Ah, humbug. Merry Christmas, Uncle Ebenezer. Very well. Merry Christmas, Bob. Merry Christmas, Fred. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. What right have you? Now, what reason have you to be merry? You're poor enough. What reason have you to be dismal? You're rich enough. I am dismal because I live in a world of such fools. My nephew, newly wedded, and deeply indebted. Oh, congratulations, by the way. Oh, my debt. Thank you. It was effortless. And wife, with a wife and a family and 15 shillings a week. What is Christmas to either of you but a time of looking over the books, only to discover discover that the previous year's frivolities are still weighing against you. A time for paying the bills without any money. What good has it done either of you?
Doing good and making a profit are two vastly different things, Uncle. As for Christmas, even if one were able to set it apart from its sacred origin, it would nevertheless remain a kind and charitable kind. And yes, Uncle, although it has never left a scrap of gold in my pocket, God bless it. Christmas always has and forever shall do me good.
If I could work my will, every idiot who goes about with Merry Christmas on his lips would be run through the heart with a stake of holly and then boiled in his own pudding.
Pudding! I nearly forgot. You used to me and Abigail for Christmas dinner tomorrow. 2 o'clock sharp.
I will see you in hell first.
Why are you so cross, Uncle?
Why did you get married?
Love.
Love. Perhaps the one thing more ludicrous than Christmas. Good afternoon.
No! No. Uncle, you have never once accepted my invitation prior to my marriage. And I will not allow you to blame my wife for your not coming now.
Good
Is
afternoon.
there some quarrel of which that I am not aware? Have I ever asked you for anything other than friendship?
Good afternoon.
Merry Christmas! And Happy New Year.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
God be with you.
I presume you will be picking my pocket again tomorrow.
Beg your pardon, Mr. Scrooge.
Thank precisely. Every 25th of December, you implore me to give you the whole day off, even though it is neither fair nor convenient for me.
It is the sole request I make each year.
Or excuses. Yet so be it. You will, however, be here all the earlier 2 days hence.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
When you find an extra half a crown in my favor, you question if it's a legitimate error. And yet, you see no misdeed in my having to pay you a full day's wages for no work. Humbug!
Take first, Tim. There are more people about than usual tonight. That's because it's unusual. It's Christmas Eve. It is exciting, isn't it? It's wonderful. I'm so glad Mother allowed you to come out for it. Thank you, Mom, for looking after me so well. Well, I had to, didn't I? It would do very little good for me to find all the requirements for a perfect Christmas feast if, in doing so, I lose our tiny Tim. I would be denied tomorrow's dinner for sure.
Quite true.
Father!
And the most unfortunate punishment it would be for you, Martha. For only with Tim absent from the meal would there be enough food for you to partake in it. But Tim is not absent in the least. And though he may be tiny in both name and stature, he is giant in appetite. And therefore, I must now procure a beast able to sate Sir Timothy's hunger.
I shall return anon.
Were his father's employer. Well, all of those people have, and they know to get out of his way. He looks so miserable. Does he not know it's Christmas? He does. By calendar only. Father, you marry gentlemen, and nothing you just night. Remember first I'll say, go and
You can keep your carol, boy. I will certainly be keeping my coinage. If one's profession is musical mooching, one should at the very least stand for one's salary.
Thank you, sir. Many apologies, sir. We must pity him, for we cannot recognize kindness, even when it sings to him.
It was a ferocious battle, but I have emerged triumphant.
Huzzah!
What do you think?
Oh, Father, I never realized how the feelings of offense. Thank you.
Of course, my sweet boy. Of course.
Don't worry, Tim. Father will never succumb to a mean old goose.
You there! What precisely are you doing?
Just trying to get by, sir.
Robbing me is your only option, of course.
I'm sorry, sir.
Why should you apologize or be sorry? You choose your items well. That door knocker is made of solid copper. Do you feel it? Why should you earn an honest wage when you can fence my property for a fraction of its worth? Look at me! I swear to you, you vile little miscreant, if you remove that head, I will, without question, remove yours! Scrooge! I know you know me, as you should! Scrooge! Jacob, Molly? Copper. Only copper. It's just some little thing that affects me. It's like disorder of the stomach causes these cheeks. That's all it is. Perhaps it's a digested bit of beef. Or lots of mustard. Or a tiny sort of cheese. What do you want of me?
March!
What are you?
Ask me what I was.
Very particular. For infirmity. Very well then. What were you?
In life, I was your partner, Jacob.
Marley. Dead 7 years tonight. Yes, I know who you were. Therefore, what you are is but an hallucination caused by gastrological malady and augmented by the altercation at my doorstep. And given my diet for today, I can deduce that what you were but a fragment of criminally underdone potato. Oh yes, there's more gravy than the grave about you.
You don't believe in me.
I don't.
Why, you got your senses.
Because unlike the majority of the adjacent populace, I am not a superstitious simpleton. The fact that you question my sound logic only proves you're but a delusion. For the real Marley was a staunch intellectual and a brilliant man of business.
Business! Go! Business! Mankind should have been my business. The good of all should have been my business. Charity and mercy and kindness. These were my business. And an ocean of humane works to be done, and the dealings of my trade were but drops of wasted water. In life, my spirit never walked beyond the limits of our counting house. And now, after death, endless weary journeys lie before me.
But why do spirits walk the earth?
You believe in me at last?
I believe I do. Why do you come to me now?
It is required of every man that the spirit within him walk alongside his fellow men. If that spirit does not go forth at life, it is condemned to do so after death, and all for naught.
But why are you encumbered so, Jacob?
I wear the chain which I forged in life. I made it link by link and yard by yard.
And what's the most burdensome chain?
It is excruciating. However, the coils you are destined to bear were as heavy and as long as these 7 Christmas seeds ago, and you labor upon them still.
Molly, tell me more. Speak some comfort to me, Jacob.
I have none to give, only a warning. Through the window lies a view of the fate that awaits. These mournful phantoms are doomed to wander about in a restless haste, pulled hither and thither with no ability to alter their course or their fortune. An eternity to ponder their misused lives. They slip unseen amongst the wretched and wanting of the world, striving to interfere in their favor, only to know they have lost that power forever. I have said this alongside you many and many a day. How it is that I appear before you now in the shape you can see, I may not tell, but of my own procuring, you yet have a chance and hope of escaping my fate.
You're always a good friend to me, Jacob. Thank you.
You will be haunted by 3 spirits.
I think I'm not.
Expect the first tomorrow when the bell tolls 1, the second over the
Couldn't I
next.
just take them all at once and done with it?
My time here is nearly gone. Without their visits, you cannot hope to prevent the path I tread. You must remember what has passed between us.
I will, Jacob.
Look to see me no more.
Is it a dream or not? Well, it doesn't chime. My dreadful vision, whatever it was, I went to bed after 2, and now it's almost 1. And unless the darkness has swallowed the sun, it cannot be day. Therefore, I conclude with surety that both my communion with Molly and my subsequent slumber was a dream.
Am I a dream as well?
Are you the spirit whose coming was foretold to me?
I am.
Who or what are you?
I am the ghost of Christmas past.
Long past?
Oh, no, your past. These are but shadows of things that have been. They have no awareness of us, but are these apparitions familiar to you?
I recognize every face, gate, street, post. I have not thought of them for many a year. I was a boy here.
So you were. A solitary child, neglected by his peers and left alone in a schoolhouse after it was deserted by all but the mice in the walls. A lonely holiday.
I was never alone. I had Robinson Crusoe to read and Bach to sing. I didn't need anything more. There was no better antidote for isolation than a tale or a tune.
Your thoughts drift to a recent past. Tell me them.
I was reminded there was a boy who sang out to me. I assumed he expected payment, but perhaps he was singing out of joy alone.
Let us see another Christmas.
Are you writing to me, Ebenezer?
Fun!
Good. Oh, dear brother, I'm so glad to see you.
And are you? But then, how is it you're here?
I came by coach.
On your own? You should not travel alone.
I am more than able.
You're far too young.
Father does not feel that way. He sent me here
For what reason?
to bring you home.
And why would you want me there? To thrash me again?
Oh, Father's so much kinder than he used to be.
Only to you, son.
That may be true. However, it is because he spoke so gently to me that I was not afraid to ask him what more he may come home. And his answer was at last yes. Therefore, you are going to come home with me, and we will have the merriest Christmas the world has ever seen, and we shall never ever return to this horrid place. Your place is
Always a delicate creature whom the slightest breath might have withered, and yet she possessed an immense heart.
I concur to the degree. That became a downfall. She had an overabundance of fondness which ultimately went to someone most undeserving of it.
Careful, Scrooge. You are a man of business. What credentials have you to determine matters of love? Surely one cannot possess both a mind for commerce and a heart for compassion. Do you know this place as well?
Heavyweight! Of course I know it. I apprenticed here.
Just your first job. The start of
career. It's just as I remember it. That's all because you were yourself.
No doubt, this is the man from whom you acquired your strict business practices.
No more work tonight. It is Christmas Eve at last! Get Ebenezer! Dick Wilkins always follows me around like that. Practically attached to me. Ah, boy, it is imperative that you complete these next tasks without any resemblance of work. For the glory of you friends upon us, so please make ample room for tonight's sitting. Friends and family, at any rate, why, now the party is official.
Oh, Betty, stop it. You're corrupting your apprentices.
Oh, Balderdash, these two young men are of the finest moral fiber, and they are completely unfazed by our lavish inspection. Instead, they are anxious for the young ladies just waiting outside to enter in and lavish affection upon them.
Well then, stop blathering and let them ready the play.
You're right, wife. Get to it, lads.
Another fiction of politics.
I want to take this time to welcome you all of you, from my wife and daughter to the lovely men and women under my employment. I even see the lovely uncle who knows that. I even see the beggar, the cook, her brother, and his son. This is the one time of year where the closest of kin and most treasured acquaintances become one beautiful boisterous family. So please, partake of cake, mince pie, cold roast, and beer. Plenty of beer. Eat, drink, dance. And of course, Cammareri, I will say joyous Christmas to you.
That is a lot of gratitude from a great many silly people over relatively small gesture. Small compared to the amount of money we know he has? Yes, he has spent but a few pounds, 3 or 4 perhaps, and that is about 10 pounds worth of praise.
Doesn't do it for the praise, Dick. He has the ability to make people around him happy or unhappy. To make the burden feel light or heavy. To make life a pleasure or a toil. The happiness he creates with full meager account is as much as it could cost him his entire fortune.
That was well said, Ebenezer. It is rare to see such passionate displays of loyalty, especially towards one's employer.
Thank you, miss. Sadly, I must confess that I do not believe it was previously introduced. And yet, you know not only my name, but my profession as well.
Then I will make practice nearly even with my name. It is Belle.
It is a pleasure to meet you. This is our first meeting, is it not?
That is correct. My knowledge of you was given to me in the favor of my invitation just then. All the more evidence of my host's inclination to landlords around him. Or is his precious counsel only at his neck?
Oh, it is there constantly. The most difficult part of my day is attempting to replicate his zeal.
An impossible task before him.
Undoubtedly. However, I feel that my only chance to match his skill would be to ask you to dance. Will you do me the honor?
I will.
a terrible dancer. Devoid of both rhythm and grace, and yet she would have followed your lead for the rest of her life. But alas, another partner cut in. We shall observe one last Christmas.
No. End is here. I beg of you. Let me leave with this moment firmly pressed in my mind. Do not sully it with the fresh visions of the pain that I have tried for years to forget. Please, show me no more.
It must be shown. You can no longer ignore your past transgressions. Accepting them is your one chance for redemption. Visiting this unpleasant memory could save you from eternal damnation.
Christmas Eve is a most miraculous night for seizing what is owed to us. The bulk of the public is out and about and cannot convincingly claim they have no coins in their pocket. Do you recall my collection motto?
Yes, Mr. Marlowe. Except any payments.
But no excuse. Ah, very good. Very good.
Hello, Ebenezer.
Why are you here? Did Mr. Marley see you? We did not have an engagement, did we?
I am here to talk to you, Ebenezer. For here seems to be the only place to find you anymore. And no, Mr. Molly did not see me because I had been purposeful in waiting for his departure. Lastly, and most eerie fitting, no, we did not and do not have an engagement. This has become my band of mourning. I have lost the man who loved me.
He's not lost! He's being responsible and prosperous!
And I appreciate all your hard work. I do. But it is of less importance to me than your former qualities. We were once content being poor, so long as we were together. We were happy. And we talked about children. Now the word is one I dare not mention. You are changed, Ebenezer. You fear the world and the loss that is but a part of it. And so you pursue wealth in the misguided belief that acquiring it will eliminate any further sorrow. But in doing so, you have only created more. For me, at least, I would apologize for breaking our contract if I felt you were even remotely affected by it. Your silence, evidence enough. Merry Christmas, Ebenezer.
In one simple gesture, you showed where your loyalties lay.
Stop there.
You sacrificed your sister's memory in order to protect your assets.
Stop.
But this was not the first time you did that.
I made you spit.
Little Fan died a woman.
18 is barely a woman.
She gave birth to a child,
She died as a result.
your nephew.
She should never have had him.
And you were asked to care for this child after her death.
Will not hear this.
It was her dying wish.
I will not hear it.
But you refused her request. You had a profitable position and a reputation to protect. Becoming the legal guardian illegitimate child? It would have been a scandal.
And this now.
You never shared this secret with your fiancé, of course, for you knew what her advice would have been.
Please!
Though you later regretted your decision. But rather than admit your mistake, you increased your quest for gain to justify that you had made the logical choice. And those efforts, well, eventually made you a partner in business. After having lost a partner in life, was it all worth it, Ebenezer? Choosing money over mankind, gold over love. Gold is cold and hard and cannot speak a kind word or extend a tender touch. It can only bring happiness once in exchange for something which has the power to provide it. If hoarded and never shared, you will only be quarreled over by strangers when your temporary existence comes to its inevitable, lonely end. Your ultimate choice is almost at hand, Ebenezer. Will it again be one of immeasurable regret or one of hope? Let these shadows be your salvation.
I'm alone. I'm alone. I am alone.
Come, Scrooge, come. Since you are now in the company of the ghosts of Christmas presents, it is time we're finally present for Christmas.
I've experienced more than my fair share of Christmases, thank you. I was recently harshly reminded of that fact.
You have been on this earth for 49 Christmases, to be precise. I, on the other hand, knew for this one and this one only. And though I am the novice and you the veteran, it appears I must now educate you and help you properly appreciate this most glorious day.
With what knowledge? This is admittedly your first one.
But I have had 1,842 siblings who have made this pilgrimage before me. So I'm fairly confident that my understanding of Christmas will far exceed your own. The magic of this day is that it not only strengthens one's feelings, but enhances one's senses. Listen to the harmonic melody of humanity, Scrooge. The church bells sing their songs to announce their doors are about to open, which immediately invites the shopkeepers to begin the shuttering of their own. The people hustle to both destinations with complimentary rhythms, and where on any other day these opposing travels would create only a barricade of values, today they offer the opportunity to exchange a smile and a greeting. Take a deep breath, Scrooge. You smell that?
Yes, it is London.
No, Scrooge. It is Christmas. Can you not smell the roasted chestnuts and cinnamon sticks, the fresh oranges and lemons?
Not particularly, no.
That is as shameful as expected. Your problem, Scrooge, today and always, is that you are either unable or unwilling to delve deeper into anything or anyone. If you open your eyes and heart beyond your self-imposed limitations, you may find something in this world, other than money, capable of bringing you separation. Look around us. In every direction you find people with dispositions sweeter than sugar plums.
I've never cared for them. They always stress my insides.
I would continue to love them. You may even go to like sugar plums as well. People need other people to. It's part of the human condition. Not for commerce and grace, but for companionship and trust. And yet, it's not the same. Most often murdered laws try to keep the faith. With the absence of allies, we would only slowly.
I call it solitude, and I prefer it.
And I call that selfishness. It is arrogant of you to believe you are the only one affected by your excluding yourself from others. Even you have something to contribute, Scrooge.
Oh, I am well aware how much others desire my contributions.
Yet unaware that you have work beyond your wealth. Others see your value, even if you do not. Do you know this lovely young woman?
I do not.
That is because you have made much effort. Have you finished the dishes yet, love?
Now I have. You may consider that the last gift of offer.
I love it. Thank you.
It was no trouble, as 1/3 of them remain unused.
I'm sorry, Freddie,
I don't know why I bothered to set his place.
because you were hoping he would change his mind.
Like the fool he said I am.
Hope does not make one a fool.
I thought that this year might bring a different result. That perhaps a desire to meet you might supersede his disdain of me. I was wrong.
You have tried as much as he deserves you to. More than that, if he is unwilling to appreciate you, why do you persist?
Because he's the only family I have.
true, sir.
Praise God for that. But Uncle Ebenezer is the only link I have to the mother I never knew. And I wish I had at least one memory of her. I know her only as his sister, and that knowledge alone creates an impression of her I pray to not be the truth. For he and she were siblings that means either my mother was a cruel creature that her untimely death spared me from, or my uncle is so different from the woman who bore me that I have no place to be thinking of him as my blood. It would probably do me better if I were able to do so.
I know it would do me better. I watched you endure this for one Christmas and cannot imagine if you want to do so for years to come. You must release yourself from this threat.
I cannot. Well, there is a third option. But there is a long, dormant part of Uncle Ebenezer that may yet awaken. The part that was not killed.
Such optimism. That is why I love you so much.
As long as I harbor the hope that he may one day agree to it, I will extend the invitation. Lucky for you, I subject myself to this torture once a year.
You can endure it. So shall I.
Thank you, darling.
And if he does decide to come, I will do the dishes.
That foolish young man believes you have married. You have given him no reason to support this view, but he retains it for life. He makes his judgments based not on what he sees, but on what he feels. Can you say the same thing about yourself?
I believe I can, yes. I've always considered myself to have a keen sense in regard to assessing one's character.
Oh, how cute. Let us see if the lens is clear. I saw three ships sailing in on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. I saw three ships sailing in on Christmas Day in the morning. And all the bells on earth shall ring on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. And all the bells on earth shall ring on Christmas Day in the morning. Play a happy tune sung by happy children. When children?
They seem most jubilant.
And they are. Even though their best Christmas clothes are frayed and worn, their smiles are not diminished in the least. They are both poor and happy.
Poverty does not bring happiness.
Fortunately, their father does.
And let us all rejoice and sing on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. Let us all rejoice and sing on Christmas Day in the morning. These are Cratchit's children.
Yet you could recollect none of them. Certainly not, but never met any of his family. Oh, but you have.
Where's have your attention, please? Attention!
I know this boy.
Oh, no, Kaedin, this is bad this time, don't you?
Oh, and forgive me.
Excuse me. As hard as it may be to believe, the Cratchit Christmas festivities are not yet at an end. After a splendid dinner of roast beef and applesauce and mashed potatoes, followed by several rousing rounds of wine roast and sauce, and please, when I say the best to us, please, the biggest cause of the evening, the excellent song, the Cratchit Christmas pudding.
My dearest Evelyn, that is one beautiful pudding. And I must apologize, children, but I think this pudding may be the greatest success your mother has achieved during the entire course of our marriage.
And Bob, what a terrible thing to say. I would have given that distinction to the goose.
For her accomplishments on the pudding and the goose and this fine brood of young Cratchits, let us give 3 rousing cheers to the maker of the meal, a merry matriarch. Hip hip!
Hurrah!
Hip hip!
Hurrah!
Hip hip!
Hurrah!
And while we are in good spirits, let us also cheer the founder of the feast, my
employer, Mr. Ebenezer Scrooge. Hip hip!
Hardly.
Mother!
He didn't find his feet like you did. Mr. Scrooge can find my fist, he can.
Evelyn, please, it's Christmas.
And
is Christmas not a time to remember who it was that made blind beggars walk and blind men see? Mother, if he can do those miracles, is Mr. Scrooge so far beyond us?
Wise words could not have been spoken by King Solomon himself. In lieu of a cheer, let us offer up a prayer for Tim, Mother, and our entire family.
and even to Mr. Scrooge. Long life to him.
And to us all. May God bless us.
God bless everyone.
Spirit, please tell me, what will become of Tiny Tim?
Am I the ghost of Christmas yet to come? I am not. But present shadows will make it unlawful. I predict that next Christmas will be decidedly different.
No first stand and now Tim. He must not die!
Everyone dies, Scrooge. If the boy is going to die, let him do so and decrease the surplus population.
Humbug.
My own time is now ending.
What? Spirit, I'm dying as well.
My entire existence was one day. I will waste none of it on dying. But rather relish my time for as long as I may have. Will you do that, Scrooge? Or will you waste the years ahead of you, as you have those behind?
Am I in the presence of the ghost of Christmas yet to come? You are here to show me the shadows of things that have not yet occurred, but will in the time ahead. Ghost of the future, I fear you more than any other specter that I have seen. But because my hope is that you are here to make me a better man, I will bear your company with a thankful heart. Show me what you will.
Are you guys going to be coming around?
Everyone knows this alley's been with Joseph and Tom. It's the first thing for the selling and then before the buying.
Well, I have a feeling there will be no buying if there's a Bobby nearby.
The body isn't anywhere near here. It's right where we left it.
I said Bobby, not Body. You know Bobby, police.
What's this about police?
Nothing, Joe. No police here. Only fine merchandise for a trusted vendor like yourself to profit from.
Merchandise. I've caused that myself and all the other side of things. No doubt you got your goods from the house of crooked old money girl. You're shocked dead.
Us and every other scoundrel about.
There was barely anything left.
And now, there's next to nothing.
There's nothing wrong with that. When his goods looked after when he died, should have been nice at his lifetime. And maybe someone would have been able to. Instead of him gasping out his final breath all alone.
Did you know him, Joe?
Just enough that I want to. Now, let's see what you ladies got.
Me first. I've got his curtains. 6 windows worth, rings and all.
Are you telling me you took these down just to lie there?
Yes, I am.
You were born for this work. Always give too much to the ladies. It's a habit of mine. Now you look.
Sorry, she gets more.
I earn every bit of it, didn't I?
I hope you weren't contagious.
He probably was. Just being truthful.
Well, that is why they call me Genuine Joe.
Spirit, why did you show me this miserable man in such explicit detail? Did you not think that the words and actions of those leeching forces would fail to unpack me? I'm outraged at how they saw this man as merely a means of profit and not a person. Spirit, seeing now that I am guilty of the same dishonor towards my neighbors, now I understand that we are in this place of death because I am very much like this man and that my life could end in similar woe if my ways remain unchanged. Is that not the purpose for our being here? If so, then your message has been clearly received, and we may now disperse and move on to the next revelatory vision. Spirit, I'm even more bewildered. Not only does this lifeless form remain, but it is joined by a second, smaller. No, Spirit, this cannot be. Please let it not be him. So much to carry them. Never once minded when you not to be granted. So often did I pray that you never again would have to be for it. No defeat. Now, bound about to free me as my one true comfort. Tell the first part of your mother. So, time out him shall substantially outnumber the few short years that we shared together. You must be mindful of his memory. Never forget. Oh, beloved. My child! My little child! Spirit, why? Where's the reason in this most unjust death? What purpose does it hold to serve? Showing these two disparate souls side by side only gives me further proof of the cruelty of life. One, a man blessed with very many years, and yet so hated that he only brought happiness to others with his death. And the second, a brave, beautiful boy, adored by his family, and struck down at far too young an age. Such merciless sex of persistence! And unlike those of your spectral counterpart, these future shadows appear to be bound by neither space nor time.
really unrelated occasions presented concurrently. But what I can no longer disregard is the absence of any projected version of myself. Where am I in these foretellings? The stone marked my own resting place. It is not an unexpected revelation. Your fellow spirit reminded me of my own eventual mortality. I can't accept this truth if my death occurred shortly after these ghostly visits. However, the ill feeling within me makes me believe otherwise. Ebenezer Scrooge, born 1794, died 1881. No! No! Then I was there! I was still alive in Tiny Tim's final year of life, and I did nothing! And the decades more, and I did nothing! But I now know, with every pounding of my heart, that I am the man lying naked and alone in that empty room. I will live for 87 long years, and all I will do with them is furnish thieves and feed the waiting rat. Spirit, are these prophecies certain, or are they merely what is possible if no effort is made to alter them? They have not yet been born, is that not true? They remain unformed, undeveloped, and unrealized. But they can be changed. They can be changed, Spirit, because I can change myself and the fates of those around me. I will not be the man that I was, but be more than I ever thought I could be. I will not forget the things that I have seen. I will keep Christmas in my heart all the year and forever live in the past, the present, and the future. I will cherish my life and the people with whom I share it. Please, give me another chance to live, and I swear to you, I will not waste it. 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 Coach, this goes my own. This room is my own. These visions are my own. It's Christmas Day. I've not missed it. The spirits did it all in one night. Long time by the spirits, no time. It is Christmas spirit, and I will not waste one more minute of it. I will not.
Merry Christmas! Are you in need of a meal? Please enjoy complimentary fried eggs and sausage for anyone hungry. enjoying this breakfast inside. A Christmas gift for our deserving neighbors. Oh, Merry Christmas, sir. Are you need for a hot breakfast? Mr. Scrooge.
Yes. So I fear, after my previous behavior, that my presence here may not be welcome.
Of course not, Mr. Scrooge. All are welcome.
That is good. Well, it seems I was invited, more or less. I'm glad to have received this. For I'm now in proper condition to make my donation. When you again have pen and ledger, put me down for...
I believe you may be mistaken in that amount, though.
No mistake. Not this time. That is to compensate for a great many mispayments.
We wholeheartedly thank you, Mr. Scrooge.
May provide many meals and much more.
Did you enjoy yourself, Joe? Yes, ma'am. Thank you, wife. Merry Christmas.
May I have a moment with the boy, please? Just for a moment. Joe, is it?
Yes, sir.
Are you genuine, Joe?
Sir?
Can I trust you, lad?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Do you know the poultry on the next corner?
I do.
Have you seen the prize turkey that was hanging in the window?
I didn't see it back to you.
That's not what I meant at all. Is it still there?
It was on our way here.
Just what I thought. You are an intelligent boy, Joe. You are a dependable and respectable young man. And that is why I am going to trust you with this money to go and buy that turkey for me. Go and buy it and wait with it for me. And if you help me transport that turkey to Camden Town, I can promise you both a very handsome reward and my utmost admiration. Will you agree to this bargain?
I will.
Everyone deserves a second chance. Wouldn't you say?
We would. We simply have trouble believing you're the same man with whom we conversed yesterday. You seem quite altered, Mr. Scrooge.
Very much so. I am truly not myself. Ladies, I mean to point in the direction of the very best stuff you know. And he sent them to Bethlehem and said, Go, search diligently for the young child. And when ye have found him, bring word to me again, so that I may come and worship him also. I think that's not your mother. You may continue, Patricia. No. Verse 1.
When they heard the king, they parted, and lo,
Mr. Scrooge, good morning. Or is it afternoon? I cannot. Merry Christmas, Paul. Merry Christmas, Scrooge. And Merry Christmas, Cratchit family. This is young Joe, who was kind enough to assist me with...
a turkey, Bob! The poultry gaped wide. The turkey twice as big as Tiny Tim.
The bird may be large, but just as little as it is late. Consider it the beginning of a new arrangement, Paul. Thank you, Mr. Scrooge. I do not know what to say. Then keep your words. Your actions have always spoken, and conduct has always spoken for you. Mine has as well, and this painted me in a negative, always accurate manner. I look to remedy that. It will be the first of many rectifications, I can assure you. I believe that I can see the conviction in your face. Mr. Scrooge, would you care to join us for dinner? I, in all honesty, wish that I could. However, I have another long-standing invitation that I must finally accept. Would you kindly take young Joe in my stead? I am considering hiring him on as an errand boy for the firm, and I would like my new partner to spend the afternoon with him, and then tell me your thoughts. But not tomorrow, for You and your Tim have an appointment with one of the finest physicians in all of London. Do not even dare stand, child. Not even for me. Again, a lovely song from you last night. I would very much like to finish it. When we had gone astray,
oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy.
oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
Uncle Ebenezer, you came right at time.
Both know that is not the truth. I am horribly, horribly late. I do hope you will forgive me.
I already have. This is the most wonderful Christmas surprise I could ever hope for.
The best Christmas that I ever had, prior to this one, was when your mother arrived unannounced and blessed me with her matchless kindness at a time when I was in most need of it. With your permission, I would very much like to drink a toast to your mother and to your marriage. And together, the three of us will have the merriest Christmas the world has ever seen.
I would like nothing more. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, nephew, and to your lovely wife, and to you, Fan, and to all the friends of old I never dared to love, and to all the new friends I will now no longer neglect. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, and may God bless us, every single one.